91, another warm one. I only got down to 66 last night, so it's things are warming up. It was hot and humid yesterday. I don't know if you can see the clouds. That's still all cloudy, or just overcast really. Hoping not, but it's probably gonna be another hot and humid day. That might be a problem because the first 15 miles is pretty much downhill, but after that we got big uphill climb from about mile 16 on. It's like 2,800 feet uphill. So doing that in the afternoon when it's hot and humid, it will be a little bit less than fun. I guess with the clouds, at least the sun's not beating down on you, so it's not all bad. We're going to enter into an area with a lot of overgrowth. I think a fire went through here a few years ago, so there might be a lot of blowdowns, just not, a lot of exposure. Today might be one of the rough days. We'll have to see how things go. It's supposed to be a real good swimming hole about 12 miles in, so maybe we'll take some relief there. All right, we'll see how the day unfolds. See you down the trail. Not sure how long ago this burned. Maybe it's probably the Dixie fire, maybe something else. But, just a little bit ago, there was a lot of new brush growing. Some manzanita. You can see here, there's a bunch of new little pine trees growing. So, it's kind of bleak and devastating. It's also, you can see all the new growth and rejuvenation. All part of the cycle of life. Not as pretty as we've been hiking through, but it's interesting. I'm guessing this was like 5 to 7 years ago, but just to guess. I have no idea. Okay. This section just has a ton of blowdowns. I just probably went through 50 of them. It just really slows you down. Sometimes you go around them like this. Most of the time you just go over them. Every once in a while you go under. But that last section reminded me of the section up San Jacinto from Paradise Valley Cafe. Just blow down after blow down. Those are a little bit bigger. But you got a lot of them here. Sometimes you got like 3 in a row. You're just climbing over everything. I think there's a section coming up that's even worse, but there might be a bypass, so we'll keep an eye out for that. Little caterpillar making his way down the trail. It'll take him a long time. Okay, well now we're detouring a bit. According to the comments, just past the turnoff for Fowler Creek, the trail gets really bad. It's just all overgrown and a lot of blowdowns. There's just constant bushwhacking because you can't see the trail. And it's dangerous because of all the blowdowns, so you don't know where to put your feet, and it's like 2.5 miles of that. So everyone's recommending taking a side trail down this dirt road, following this for 2.5 miles until it reconnects to the PCT. And you can see there's blowdowns on this dirt road too, but at least it's not all overgrown and you can see where to go. So I'm taking this route. I'm not sure where Gandalf and Dr. Tom were. Oh shit. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. This is going to take a little bit. That section was a little gnarly. Anyway, so I was ahead of Gandalf and Dr. Tom, then hit a real bad section of blowdowns. This is blowdown after blowdown, kind of like after PVC going up San Jacinto. But I was navigating pretty good. I was moving through them. Then I found myself on this footpath. It wasn't the PCT, so I get out my phone and I was like way off the PCT on this footpath. But then the footpath soon connected to a road similar to this one, which then crossed the PCT. So I took that for, I don't know, half mile, 3/4 of a mile. So I have no idea if Gandalf and Dr. Tom are still behind me. Did they stay on the PCT? Or did they, kind of follow the same footpath and they're still behind me? Or they're ahead of me? Don't know. Last time we got separated like this, they just kept going. And I saw them about 2.5 hours at lunch. So I waited up at the road. Took a break, had a Cliff Bar, had some water. Waited there for 10 or 15 minutes. Didn't see them, so I don't know, either they're way behind me or way ahead of me. So I'm gonna keep going until the road connects, this dirt road reconnects to the PCT. And I guess down at the bottom there's a good swimming hole. That might be a good place for lunch. Maybe we'll meet up there. Yeah, all this fire damage puts an interesting twist on things. We'll see on down the trail. Okay, so for the second time, we're making pretty good time. It's 9 o'clock, and we've done 9 for 9. I mean, it's technically I'm not on the trail, going down this dirt road that parallels the trail, but about 9.3 trail miles down the trail by 9 o'clock. So that's good, because we got a big climb in the afternoon. So it's gonna get all this downhill stuff out of the way. Maybe we can start the climb before it really heats up. So it's forget how many miles, but it's like 2,800 feet. Probably like 5 miles or something like that. Maybe 6. Alright, let's see if we can keep at the pace, at least while it's downhill. And I mean, there's a bunch of blowdowns. They haven't been too bad. And it's not bushwhacking, so still making good time. Okay, here's another section. Like 20 trees all blocking the road. A few of them are easy, but this section is going to be tricky. There's another PCT 2000 reference. Still kind of curious what that means. It's got to be a survey or something going on, maybe the year 2000. So I have to look that up one of these days. Okay, got to the bridge of the Feather River. Beautiful little river. The white water down there. A few little rapids. Yeah, gorgeous bridge. To the side, deep gorge. Beautiful down here. Made good time. It's 12.7 miles and it's only like, I don't know, 20 after 10, 10:30. So 12.5 miles by, say, 10:30. It's pretty good time. I think we might have time. Reading some comments, I think you can get down to the river easy from a campsite. Maybe take a little dip, wash out the feet or something. Okay. Making my way down to the Feather River on the north side. Got a chance to wash off my feet. These are the cleanest the feet have been in like 2 weeks. So you can see where I cut it, or split it, the big toe a while ago. Getting a rubbing spot there when I got my new shoes, but overall the feet are holding up pretty good. And after washing them, my legs, feeling good. Best in a long time. So, gonna finish getting dressed, Start heading back up the trail. It's a good stop down to Feather River. A little sponge bath, wash the clothes. Everything's feeling pretty good. It's Bear Creek coming up. Stop and have lunch next to it. Okay, down at Bear Creek. Great little spot for lunch. Nice little creek. Got some fresh, clear, cold water. Just stuck my shirt in. Try and cool down a little bit. Because we got a long, hot slog up. Next 7 miles and 3,000 feet. Starting at 1:15 in the afternoon. It's going to be bacon going up this. But you gotta get to the top one way or another. So might as well start off cool. See how long that lasts. Once again, Bear Creek. Panorama view from Lookout Rock. Or right next to it. Not sure if this is it. But it's a nice panorama. Lookout Rock might be right there. Or down there. Or right there. But all these have a great panorama. We're end of the day, day 91. I'm just letting my food soak up the hot water a little bit. Today was a big day in a lot of ways. I gotta check the mileage, but I'm pretty sure today is the longest or the most miles in a day. Did right about 27, like 26.9 or 27 miles. I don't think I've been over 25 yet. Today the miles are just flying. We got an early start, and we were cranking. I think this was the second time we did 9 miles by 9 a.m. And then we did 16 by lunch. I got separated a little bit from Gandalf and Dr. Tom. I got out in front because Gandalf was, doing some with his shoe. And then I was in front, pretty much, well, I was in front all day, but in the morning we were going over a bunch of blowdowns and lost the trail. I was on this footpath and it ended up down to a dirt road. Anyway, I made my way back to the PCT. I didn't see them until, I don't know, 10, 11 o'clock. But yeah, I was just out in front. So today was just, kind of a day just hiking for me. It was a little bit freeing. Felt good. So even with that big 3,000 foot climb in the afternoon, luckily, the sun was out, but there was good shade and the humidity was nothing like yesterday. So humidity, it was out there. We were, I was still sweating like a pig, but the humidity was not that bad, not as bad as yesterday. And I focused on the electrolytes today. I got some real good electrolytes with that Trail Magic yesterday. I think I did two rounds of electrolytes, and I just powered up the hill, all 7 miles of it. Got to the top and wanted to keep going. We met up again at a spring just before the top. Gandalf and Dr. Tom wanted to stop just after the top. It was about 5 o'clock, so that's a normal stopping time. We did like 23 miles, something like that, so it was a good day. But I was feeling good. I was just, head down, powering up the hill. So I talked over with them and decided just to keep going. So another 3 miles. Went to a campsite just off a dirt road. So I got some options for tomorrow. I could go all the way to Caribou Crossing. That's like 23, 24 miles. Or lay up just short and go on Tuesday morning. This is Sunday night. We can't pick up our mail till our packages, resupply boxes. It's like 10 o'clock. But, I could go in and maybe get a meal. If I go in tomorrow, maybe get 2 meals. So we'll see what happens. The other thing that's kind of strange, this is the first time I'm camping alone in like 2 months. I think I met Gandalf like around day 31-ish, give or take. So, I've been camping with him for the last 2 months. We're sharing a hotel room. Dr. Tom's been with us, I think, since day 36. Blackout was with us for a long time, and even Blue Collar was with us for a while. So this is the first time in literally like 60 days that I'm setting up camp all by myself, and there's no one else around. There's no other PCT hikers, so it's kind of nice, kind of freeing. So big day in a lot of ways. I have a feeling now that we're kind of low elevation, I can actually breathe now. Like we did that 3,000 foot climb, but it was like elevation from 3,000 to 6,000 feet. So I think when I get above 6 or 7, that's where I just really start sucking wind, and it's hard for me to keep up with everyone else. But today, even though it was a big climb, it was at reasonable elevation, so I was able to just put my head down and crank. Well, we'll see. Maybe this was just an anomaly. Maybe I had something special for breakfast or something. I don't know. But 27 miles. It's a good day. We'll see what tomorrow brings. We'll see you on the trail tomorrow. Okay, beginning of day 92. It's like 3 minutes after 6. So, camping solo. I slept in a little bit. Normally, I set an alarm just as backup. I always get up because Gandalf and Dr. Tom usually get up about an hour and a half before we leave. They got a longer morning routine. They typically cook breakfast. I don't. So I only need like maybe 45 minutes. But I always hear them rustling around. And so even though I set an alarm, I'm always up because they're up. Going solo, I set an alarm, but I set it back a little bit. And it was nice just, getting up to the birds chirping once again. That's just such a relaxing way to get up. So got up, did my routine, and it's about 3 or 4 minutes after 6. About ready to hit the trail. I'll probably go a little bit slow, let them catch up. They'll probably be here. I don't know. It took me about an hour to get here, about 3 miles. So they'll probably be here, this campsite maybe quarter to 7 o'clock-ish. So I'm going to head up the trail. We'll probably meet up down, mid-morning, definitely by lunch probably. But we'll see how the day goes. So far, it's looking pretty nice. It was, look at the temperature. I forget, it was either 51 or 61. So it was probably 61 because it wasn't real cold. So we'll see you down the trail. Here's the Pacific Crest Trail number 2000. So maybe that doesn't have anything to do with the year 2000. Still pretty curious. Next time we get internet connection, if I remember, I have to look it up. Okay, 9:30 now. Reached the top trail junction. So we've done the majority of the climb. Did the 1,500 foot climb. So the rest of today is pretty level or downhill. We'll see what the last, 5 or 8 miles is like really steep downhill. So saw one of the comments. The guy was going, man, I need a double knee replacement after that downhill, and I'm only in my 20s. So we'll see what the 57-year-old knees feel like after at least all the major uphills are done. Nice morning. Just sit in the shade, it's perfect temperature. I was sweating going uphill, but that's to be expected. I'm gonna hang out here, have another Cliff Bar. I'm hungry all of a sudden. The last water source a couple miles away had a bar, but I'm getting hungry. We'll see if Gandalf and Dr. Tom show up. At the last highway crossing, should have taken a picture. It was a really cool schoolie, this orange schoolie parked. It's kind of like a wide turnoff, so it's like kind of like a right angle to the road. And I had some chairs out front, but no one was outside. And it was 7:30, so I was thinking that's like the perfect place for trail magic. And having the schoolie all set up there my guess is they were going to be doing trail magic, but no one was outside, and I kind of felt weird. I don't want to go. That was kind of creepy if I was like going to walk over there at 7:30 and they're still in bed or something. So I just kept going. Maybe by the time Gandalf and Dr. Tom get there, they'll be serving breakfast burritos or something like that. We'll see next time I see them. But I just kept going. I had a RX bar. But the rest of the day should be pretty good. Got pretty much level and downhill. A few just real small ups. So we'll see on down the trail. It's Silver Lake outside of Belden. Beautiful little lake. Nice island right in the middle with a bunch of pine trees. There's a side trail to go down there. Probably a good little swimming hole, but to climb back up would be pretty tough. So I'm going to skip this one for now. There'll be something down the trail a little bit closer. Okay, not sure if you can see them, but right there are two deer tracks. I've been seeing deer tracks along this trail all day yesterday, all day today. There's a couple more, couple more, couple more. There's more, literally more deer tracks than footprints on this trail. Heard a few deer last night. Didn't see any, but heard them traipse around the campsite and just through the brush, breaking branches and stuff like that. But haven't really seen any deer in the last little while. But I know there's a bunch around here because there's deer tracks all over the place. Oh well, we'll keep our eyes open. Here's a little afternoon panorama. Still walking through a lot of burn areas. Looks like this might have burned a little bit ago. Hard to tell. Across the ridgeline, there's some live growth. And next to the ridgeline over. So it's a mixed bag. But yeah, walking through these burn areas, you get no shade. Luckily, today's not super hot. I mean, it's warm. But it wasn't like it was 2 days ago with that real bad humidity. It's doable. So, see you on down the trail. Okay, got about 5.5 miles left to go to Belden. 2 o'clock, so it's a little warm. This is the last little stream, last little trickle before we get to town. So, it's out there. Just got a little bit of water since it's cold. And soaked my sun hoodie. I felt real good. I've been doing that like 3 or 4 times a day now. Every time I cross a cool stream in the afternoon or late morning, soak the hoodie and it just keeps me cool for a good 1 to 2 hours. Makes a huge difference. So thank you, stream. Or put that angle iron in there. Makes the water easy to collect. So now it's just straight down. It's like 5 miles, but like 3,300 feet of elevation loss. So it's going to be pretty steep going down. Hopefully the footing's not too bad. See you on down the trail. Okay, made it down to Belden. 3:45. It is hot. So hopefully the restaurant's open because could use some air conditioning. Hopefully they have air conditioning. Let's see. The eclectic Belden Resort. I'm in Old West Field. Got a little store, a little bar and grill. Just a bunch of hikers hanging out. So we met up here. Gonna head out to Caribou Crossing. So we're at Caribou Crossroads. We gonna pick up our packages tomorrow morning. They open at 10, but they let us set up our tents right by the river here for free, so it's pretty nice. We're just hanging out by the picnic table. This guy James, who lives here, he works up at the power plant he came down and said, hey, because there's no cell phone service, no internet here. He goes, if you want to jump on my Starlink, here's the password. And then he goes, yeah, there's a fridge full of beer up at my camper. So we walked up there, grabbed a beer, thanked them. Came down like 20 minutes later. He goes, well, I threw some pork tenderloins on the grill for you guys. So this James guy is just awesome towards PCT hikers. There's beer and food and internet service. So it's just another example where you just find the best in humanity here out in the trail. Just complete strangers, just willing to help you out and make your day just a little bit easier. So thank you, James. You're a unsung hero. Okay, so now not sure what happened there, but we're sitting around going through our stuff. This James, local resident, local trail angel, comes over, asks if we want to use his Wi-Fi, offers us a beer. So that was real nice of him. We go over and, grab a beer out of his fridge. He comes back like 30 minutes later, throws some food on the grill. That would be so we walk over to his camper. Turn out, he put on this pork tenderloin. He's cooking up baked beans and mashed potatoes. He's got this whole spread out. So one thing leads to another. We end up having dinner. Who knows how many beers? But it's 11:20 now. I haven't been up past 9 o'clock for like 3 months. So way past my bedtime, but James is an awesome dude. Cooked us an awesome meal. I think he had at least 10 or 12 beers while we were sitting there talking to him. I limited it myself. Thanks, James. Awesome time.